Every 11 minutes, a woman is killed by someone close to her. In Germany, 70,000 men were found on a Telegram chat exchanging tips on how to abuse their girlfriends. Giselle Pellicot was abused by her husband for more than 10 years without her knowing. Maybe that skirt is too short. Maybe this top shows too much cleavage. Maybe I shouldn't wear shorts. Maybe I shouldn't wear makeup. Maybe I shouldn't shave. Maybe this way I will not be catcalled. Or maybe I should shave because if I don't, I will be catcalled because I don't shave. If I don't wear makeup, I will be called ugly. If I go on a date with this person and I disappear, what will the news say? Will it report on what I wore and what I drank? If I don't come home tonight, what will the police say to my parents? This stream of consciousness has been going on in my head since I was 8. And my mom told me, you should cover up more because men will look at you. What does love become after that? What does love look like when you are constantly watching how another is watching you? How do you decipher whether their interest is pure instead of something else, something more dangerous? How many wonderful people have I shied away from because of my fear? Because this very fear is what might have kept me alive when I said no. What does love look like when the person closest to you is also the one more likely to end your life? What does love look like when it shares the feature of the oppressor? When you have a man inside of you scrutinizing your every movement, since you were old enough to be aware of this narrow but infinitely deep divide. And even when love feels hopeful, how do you cross the infinite distance in perception of the world? When the world to you looks like something that is out to get you, and for them, it's just another Tuesday. How do you explain the years-long rage, a rage that feels so much older than you, and the grief that is not just your own, the grief that is every woman's? I try to find love in deep understanding, and most of the time, I am woefully disappointed. Sometimes filling the gap between a woman and a man feels like relieving your trauma. But it's not just your trauma, it's the trauma of all the women you have witnessed, of all the news cycles that you've heard exposing the pain of women and the violence of men. Sometimes I can work through the rage and the pain and try to explain it, but sometimes it's not something that can be explained. It's not something that I want to explain. Sometimes I just want to be understood.